Time for a crypto market update, August 19th, 2025. Welcome to crypto. You thought this was all up only, huh? Fear and greed's back to neutral. We're fine. If you find this video helpful, give me a number 2 in the comments and share this with a friend because we're about to dive into a few things. I've got a did you know, I've got a thesis, and I've got a conviction. Let's start with a conviction. We have yet to see our greatest crypto pumps of the year yet. And I'm going to connect that with a did you know. Did you know Bitcoin, being the highest performing asset in all of history, that does about 52% compound annual growth rate over 5-year cohorts, does all of its production like in 11 days of a calendar year. So if you see Bitcoin double or triple in a year, it's not because it just went up every day of the year. It does all of the parabolic movements in less than 2 weeks total time. And then if you look at altcoins, it's very similar, except it's all compressed and backloaded into the cycle. And that's why a lot of my videos lately, I've been talking about anticipating liquidity. Understand that the best is yet to come. But if your surfboard's not in the water, you're gonna miss the wave. And if you're just riding on sentiment and social media gurus getting you hyped up or scaring you, you're gonna miss the boat big time. And you don't have to be like a tech bro chart nerd, but I would love for you to get a tradingview.com account. Just get the essential plan. And I want to show you something here. Go get this RSI divergence indicator, 14 close. It's very easy. Just go to indicators and type that in, okay? You can kind of see these bearish and bullish divergences when the RSI, which is the relative strength index, is divergent. If you're higher, if your price action is making higher highs, but your RSI is making lower highs, that's a divergence. It's a bearish divergence. And it doesn't always predict a reversal, but it can show a lot of times a reversal on the lower time frames. Because if you don't use confluence, that is looking at data to support your market cycle knowledge, and you just read stuff like this, Bitcoin sinks to 115,000 after hitting its new record as macro concerns spark liquidation wave. Like, holy cow. If you're a retail investor and you don't know what you're doing yet in crypto and you read that, you're probably selling what you have, right? You're probably running away in fear. And then you talk to a guy like me, and I'm bullish. I love this. I love where we're at in the market. That's got to be really confusing for you if that's the case. And I think a lot of that comes into play. And one of the big things that a lot of crypto investors, especially if you're just starting out, miss out on is not having an investing thesis. And that's where I want to kind of land the plane here. An investment thesis is much like a football team having an offensive strategy going into a game against another team, knowing their defensive strategy. Knowing the other team's strategy, watching the film, understanding what they've done in the past, and what they could potentially do against me allows me to have a playbook, a plan, a reaction, and a proactive approach to the market. If you're watching this and you don't have a crypto investing thesis, I want you to just be really honest and put a number 1 in the comments. No judgment, but it's a great reason why you need to follow this account. Here's my investment thesis that I'm currently operating under. I believe, based on data, based on just the market cycle information that we have at our fingertips, I believe that we'll be moving into a hyper compressed blow off top between now and the end of the year, maybe January 2026. There are things that will invalidate that. For example, if the Federal Reserve does not cut rates in September and are extremely dovish in their speech, then that will likely mean higher for longer, paused Fed fund rates, which means grinding the equity and crypto markets up higher for longer as well. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but Fed fund policy changes typically mark the end of a local cycle. And there is a reason for the Fed not to cut, which was the recent PPI report that came in really, really hot. But the market, 90% of the market thinks that the Federal Reserve is late and will cut in September. So they're anticipating that. And this week, they're having their meetings in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and we'll get a speech from Powell Thursday or Friday, and we'll see what his tone is. Is it hawkish? Is it dovish? And then we'll probably see a little rally after that speech. But I don't really care about the short time frame. I'm really more concerned about the next 4, 5, 6 months. That's the big wealth transfer. Because if you're squeamish about Bitcoin and Ethereum chopping in a channel right now, and altcoins showing incredible resilience despite that, you're not gonna make it. I do all kinds of fun things with my money. I really have fun all day long, every day. I spend about 3 to 5 hours a day doing crypto research and capital allocation. I do fun things like yield farming and swing trading and trading bot management and just creating a daily, weekly, monthly yield for my portfolio. But I also know this, there's nothing that can outperform the end of a bull market that we like to affectionately call the bull run. Because the actual percentage ROI gains that are possible during a bull run are, you can't touch them with any other device that creates cash flow, dividends, etc. There's a unique, set apart, exceptional period of time, and that time is still ahead of us. But if you're waiting for new all-time highs to take advantage of that, then you're going to miss the tidal wave. You're going to miss the opportunity. If you're still here, maybe you're a business owner, maybe you're a pre-retiree, a boomer, a Gen Xer, maybe you are new to crypto, but you feel unprepared and you don't have a solid community around you. If that's you, go to cryptoyall.com, click the big orange button, watch my 12-minute overview video, and if you like what you see, schedule a one-on-one video call with me. Like and follow for more.